The Hidden Hills Golf and Country Club was the anchor of a master plan community launched in 1970 by Cousins Properties. This is the story of its rise and fall and how it can rise again. DeKalb County was growing fast, and the beautiful facilities at Hidden Hills attracted many newcomers. Sally O'Hara moved here with her family in 1972.
It was wonderful because everybody was new. Everybody was moving in from somewhere, and it was very exciting because every time somebody new moved in, you wanted to meet them and know their story, and there were so many ways to meet them, either tennis, golf, the swimming pool, the Civic Association, or just hanging out at the club.
Sally's kept souvenirs from dozens of tournaments and races. This is a picture of her husband Dick and his all-city champion tennis team. The community grew to 1,600 homes. Bill Critchlow and his wife Ramona have lived here close to 30 years.
When we first moved in the 80s, it was a regular golf course. I mean, it was well taken care of. They had the country club with a restaurant, tennis courts, swimming pool, and my family, my wayward kids would come visit me, and we would go up there frequently.
Pam Scruggs has owned 2 homes in Hidden Hills. She got married in the clubhouse.
Oh my, in the heyday, that clubhouse was just beautiful. It had the catering right there on site, and the view was spectacular. Inside was just gorgeous. They made it up so beautiful, and it was just one-stop shopping. If you got married in the Hidden Hills clubhouse, it was, just beautiful. You knew it was going to be beautiful, so that's why I chose it.
Larry Coles has lived a short distance from the clubhouse for 15 years and serves as president of the Highlands Condominium Association.
I use the facility I played golf here, and I also used the clubhouse when the clubhouse was open and there was music there. Some days we'd walk on Saturday mornings and go by there and grab something for breakfast. So I used it. We used it here. Our association rented it a couple times to put on a fashion show and a couple of other activities.
In the mid-1990s, the country club began to decline.
I think that it was due to bad management that what has happened to us, because the man that bought it for the Olympics wanted to have a golf club of his own. And at that time, the pool needed some work. And there was an effort in the neighborhood to raise money to help pay for that. And he just thought that it was better to not have that headache, so he had it dozed in. And that was sort of the beginning of the end.
Over the next 10 years, the country club suffered through various absentee, disinterested owners. One closed the tennis courts and tore down the fences and nets after losing a battle to build substandard housing there. Members fled. In 2006, the Golf and Country Club closed. 9 years later, the clubhouse burned down. It was once a popular event center with dining facilities overlooking the driving range.
This is the driving range. It's a little forest now. It used to be a driving range. They haven't cut that for probably 5 years or 6 years. So it's full of pine trees now.
What happened? Part of the problem is that too many developers built subdivisions with golf courses, even though the number of golfers was declining. The oversupply resulted in at least 2,400 closed golf courses in the U.S. But the Hidden Hills Country Club faced other challenges.
Well, I happened to be here during the time when the neighborhood first transitioned. And when it first transitioned, a lot of people moved out and before they sold. And so a lot of houses just sort of sat there, went into disrepair, lawns didn't get cut, and things were just going on that wasn't normally, commensurate with this level of living.
In fact, there was a real estate agent that she got a lot of listings through being real nice and taking people back and forth to the airport and things like that. But she was a big proponent of saying that the racial mix is changing, and you're probably going to want to sell your house, and then she'd take it.
Property values dropped during the racial transition. Many businesses left the area. The community lost a plant nursery, sit-down family restaurants, a furniture store, Ace Hardware, and other shops. But the biggest blow was the closing of the country club. Georgia House Representative Ernest Williams has lived next to the golf course since 1986.
Well, it meant that the community itself was in a downswing because now that property value is lower. Hopefully one day it would come back and be viable to the community. The golf course in a community area helped the property value go up, and it also for the people that's in the area, it helps them to understand that there's something that's in the community that they can be proud of.
The neighborhood never resigned itself to the absence of the country club or the disinvestment by the business community. Instead, residents from all around Hidden Hills came together and created a special zoning code to stimulate economic development and to protect green space. The golf course was zoned for single-family housing, but not much housing can be built on the links because it is too near streams or in wetlands, or it is too narrow. The new zoning code creates a better option because it allows higher density mixed-use development in the center as long as the links are set aside for passive recreation, like a 9-hole course, miniature golf, driving range, walking trails, and other outdoor activities. And that brings us to how this Hidden Hills gem could rise again.
We sat down and we did a lot of brainstorming with the DeKalb County, with the residents. We got their feedback, we did surveys, got their input on the things that we thought were the strengths of this community and the weaknesses, and we came up with some great possibilities.
Rod Frierson is president of the Hidden Hills Civic Association. He and his wife Phyllis raised 2 children here.
We have a wonderful landscape here in the middle of this community of 1,600 homes, and there's so much that we can do to repurpose this golf course. I mean, it could be anything that we want to create it to be to make a focal point for the DeKalb County. Mixed-use housing on that property would be excellent. It can be small high-rise or small condominiums. It can be shops underneath.
My vision is down the road, I may not see it, is that if you did this community with a senior citizen area, such as the one across the street, like Antioch, you put a probably high-rise, 2 or 3 stories high-rise in here, because that means that you have constantly income from the senior citizen. So therefore you wouldn't worry about whether or not a person was paying or what have you. So that's my vision down the road, many years down the road, that senior citizen area would be in here with the walking trail, with the golf course, and also with the swimming pool and the tennis court. Mm-hmm. That's my vision.
I just would love to see a resurgence. I would at least love to see it continue with the family nature, be it a water facility, an aquatic center.
Well, I'm accused of not being very realistic, but I would like to see it returned as a golf course.
Do you have a second option at all
Well,
that you could live with?
I have the bottom option, which is development. I don't want to see development happen out here on the golf course. Mm-hmm. I'd like to see it retained as green space. That's about all. I mean, I don't have any other options. Mm-hmm. I want a golf course back.
I guess deep down I want it to be the way it always was, so I can't really see something that radically different. But it would certainly be better than having to go to weeds and have nothing.
I would hope that there could be a course, if not an 18-hole, a 9-hole. But I'd like to see, even if that's not the case, that it's some type of space, green space. It's really a gorgeous area, whether it's some type of green space, whether there's some businesses that can, you know, have the space that's the clubhouse. We can townhomes or homes where, you know, that may be a part of, this may be a part of it, and that can be some walking trails or other kind of green space that we can use.
Once again, you know, undeveloped land like this can be parks, and it can be recreational, it can be all kind of use for other people that can come into this community. There's adjacent businesses and homes along these streets that would love to come to a place like this and participate in what's involved. I mean, if we just had a place where we could have outdoor movie theater, that would be something small and quaint. You know, things like that is what draw people's interest into the community, and from that we can do so many other things.
This community was built around a golf and country club, and now that club does not exist. Yet the property can be something wonderful. Somewhere there is a developer who can see the opportunities. Hidden Hills is close to I-285, I-20, and MARTA. The area is above average in household income and education levels. The region needs more housing for the growing number of seniors, and people crave green space for exercise and peace of mind. The 184-acre property has incredible potential, both as an investment and as a way to create something of lasting value. If you have interest in the Hidden Hills Gem, write to ghhcdc@gmail.com, and please share this video and help us spread the word.